Achi's bad end. There's nothing you could do about having forgotten to hurry down to the cafe. Sorry, Endo. Sorry, Roy. Sorry, Roy. You're just gonna have to let this one slide. Got Toyama's life on the line here. Is that it? He opened the door to the cafe with the practice of a regular. Welcome. The waitress only got that far before her face fell. You again? Hey, hurry up and get me a seat, she grinned wickedly. I'm terribly sorry, sir, but we're all full at the moment. He looked around. All the seats were indeed filled. As you can see, sir. Really now? The waitress's grin widened with triumph. Yes, sir. Fine, I'll just right here. Let me get some power. Jabbing his power cable to a nearby outlet. Minorikawa plunked himself right down on the floor and booted up his laptop. The waitress watched in dismay, then turned to stare vacantly up at the ceiling. Just do whatever you want, she muttered vaguely. This is actually funnier. She didn't slow his pace until they were nearing the destination and turned to look back at Hitomi. It's only a little bit further now. Did you want to walk? I'll be alright. Achi, look out! Looking ahead again, Achi saw that they were bearing down on a young grade schoolgirl. Her head hung in dismay. Achi! Already caught the girl up in his arms, took her quickly to one side. She already got the girl up in his arms. The maneuver kept her out of harm's way, but the momentum swung her high into the air. She dropped the sheaf of papers she was carrying. As luck would have it, the papers fell amidst the trash scattered alongside the road. Oops, sorry. She stopped to gather up the sheets of paper, noting that each was adorned with some sort of writing. Here, look. Looks like they got kind of messed up, though. Pages had landed in some kind of spilled liquid. Most of them had gotten stained. It's alright, the girl said gloomily. You should just throw them away. It's not like I can sell them now anyway. You're going to sell them? Hitomi asked. We're sorry, do you think you'll be able to redo them? Achi, is there a stationery store around here? Yeah, up at the top of Dogonzaka, Achi said. Here. He took a 5,000 yen note from his wallet and offered it to the girl. To buy new paper. I know I can't replace the stuff you wrote, but the girl eyed the money doubtfully. But it's fine, go ahead, take it. Thank you very much. The little girl spoke with surprising formality, then she turned and headed up Dogonzaka. Achi gathered up the trash and tossed it into a garbage bin before he and Hitomi continued on their way. Achi led Hitomi to an old multi-tenant building. They hurried inside and headed up the stairs. Behind the reception window on the second floor sat the custodian sleeping on the job. Yukinori Kitajima. His main job is overseeing the monitoring room for the local surveillance cameras, but on the side, he also works as a novelist and game scenario writer. He often sleeps on the job during his free time, but sometimes while he's asleep he gets his writing done. Just recently a certain game was released set in Shibuya, but since he wrote the scenario and emailed it to the game company while he was asleep, he didn't know about it until just the other day. Hey, wake up, man. And she gave the window a tap, and the man woke with a start. Huh? Achi, don't scare me like that. That's one chi too many. Wow. You sure seem to have a lot of free time on your hands. Yeah, no one's been by to check today. Well, that's not so bad, right? I mean, I guess it is the surveillance room, but still. The man let out a big yawn. My dad asked me to come down here and check on the security monitors, Ashley. Achi said, sorry to bother you when you're busy. Hitomi added with a polite bow. Huh? Who are you? You with the Achi? Is that I saying it's just Achi? I'm Hitomi Osawa. It's nice to meet you. Oh, what? You Chi's girlfriend? Again, too many cheese there, and that's none of your business. Just let me have the key. Hoping his blush wasn't too obvious, Achi minded unlocking her door. You want to answer a simple question and you want me to hand over the key? Yes, I'm his girlfriend. Hitomi said. We've just started dating, so I'm sure I'll be seeing more of you, sir. She flashed a winning smile. Oh, well, what a surprise. Never thought Achichi would land a fine lady like yourself. The surprised custodian held out the key. Good for you, Achichi. Still one cheat too many there. But yeah, dating. Achi gazed into Tomi's face, even more surprised than the custodian. The key tangle swaying to and fro, like a pendulum between Achi and the man behind the counter. Achi, Tomi said, nudging him in the side with her elbow. Come on. Oh, right. Snapping out of it, Achi took the key and headed up to the next floor. Jesus. Oh my gosh, get that grin off her face. I'm sorry, Toby said as they entered the monitor room, for just saying we were dating like that. I mean, it was a pretty clumsy lie. No, it was just kind of sudden as all. I was just a bit jittery, I guess. She felt his cheeks color again. I mean, I figured I had to say something or he wasn't going to cooperate, Tommy said. She looked a little embarrassed herself. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make things weird. No, she said. Nah, it wasn't weird at all. Actually, it was kind of... He stopped himself there. Now wasn't the time for that sort of conversation. They need to find that blue minivan. Savannah's camera monitoring room was really just a big office with a single computer. I actually knew it well. So this is the monitoring system he explained? He switched on the computer. You can see all the downtown Shibuya from this one computer. Tommy gazed impatiently at the monitor even though it wasn't showing anything yet. A look of sheer determination on her face held Achi enthralled. You talk about how attractive your sister is, Achi murmured. But as far as I'm concerned, right now you're the lovely one, Tommy. Tommy looked at him uncertain. I mean, look at the lengths you're going to and the risk you're taking to save your sister, Achi said. Can't bear the thought that something might happen to her, and the last time we were together, such horrible things. Plenty of people do bad things without even realizing they're bad, never mind trying to fix it. I'm just doing what I think is right. Yeah, but these days most people don't do the right thing. Heck, if they did it, Shibuya wouldn't be covered in trash like it is. Me, I appreciate it when someone really cares about the things that are important. Doing the right thing is a matter of course that's very attractive. Hachi blushed as he said it, and Hitomi shyly looked away. I think the system is ready. Turning into the computer, Achi hastily changed the subject. This thing's so simple even I know how to use it. Clicking on the mouse, he brought up a row of 4 windows on the monitor. Each window showed a different view of the Shibuya cityscape. The image quality is not great, but that's because it's being updated on a 2-second delay, I guess. Achi tapped on the keyboard, bringing up shots of different locations. He clicked on one of them in order to enlarge the image. Maybe you really can't find that minivan with this. Tommy was practically glued to the screen. My dad's the one who designed the security system. Your dad must be pretty amazing. Well, he graduated top of his class at Tokyo Dankyo University. Prestigious national university founded over a century ago, applicants who place highly on the entrance exam can receive a full scholarship. Achi's father was one such attendee. The school has supported extensive research into artificial intelligence and recently announced an AI program known as Body. While the computer is asleep, different personalities emerge which have an impact on various normal thought processes, forming a network of more human-like thought patterns as a result. He always said he could have a career in computer engineering, but he took over the electronic shop so that he could marry my mother instead. That's such a sweet story. Did they run the store together then? Achi shook his head. No, my mother died when I was 4. Oh, I'm sorry. Tommy sounded even sadder than Achi. Well, anyway, never mind that. Here, look. God. The seedy-looking weirdo they'd run into at Kiko was on the screen. Huh? That guy again? Said weirdo was running all out, a laptop computer under one arm. He was being chased by a man in a long coat. That guy sure gets chased around a lot, huh? She said. When the weirdo slipped out of view, Achi switched to another camera. The new view showed the weirdo running again by hopping from camera to camera. They could track him wherever he went. As long as we have these cameras, Achi said, this guy was nowhere to run. Nowhere to run, huh? The moment he said those words, they struck an odd chord in his mind. He remembered the repeated run-ins with the man with the cane, how the assassin seemed always to know where to find them. Achi, please tell me stop messing around and let's look for the minivan. Sorry, there's just something I'm curious about. Achi continued to track the seedy-looking man. Alright, my bad. Achi switched over to a different camera. Alright, my bad. I actually switched over to a different camera. Continue switching views, scanning the streets of Shibuya, but there was no sign of a blue minivan anywhere. Still, they remained glued to the monitor. Well, that's me. Tomi took out her cell phone. It's an email from Mr. Tanaka, who I don't trust anymore. Ah, man, I thought he was going to be a good guy. Nope. Ah, well. Okay. Oh, no. Yeah, it was about time for my mood to take a dip, Ashi thought. What? Tomi blurted. She looked up from her phone. Achi and Mr. Tanaka found the minivan? What? What does he say? Read it to me. Okay. I ran after it, but wound up losing sight of it. It was heading toward Jinan. That's what he says. What about your sister? Or, yeah, I didn't finish her story, so. Was she inside? He doesn't say. I just switched over to an array of surveillance cameras near Jinan. The few seconds the transition took felt agonizingly slow. Finally, 4 new images popped up. I should quickly notice one of them. Ah, Tommy let out a tiny gasp. Huh. There on the monitor was the blue minivan. There was no doubt about it. You guys should not go. You guys should definitely not go. Dang it. Achi and Hitomi rushed from the building, spinning toward Jinan in an all-out run. Run, Achi, run, Hitomi, run! The guy is looking for Miku. I mean, I could do that. I could. Just to get that keep out of the way. Running along Koindori in pursuit of Miku, Minorikawa heard a cell phone ringtone coming from somewhere nearby. What the hell? What the fuck? Suddenly, a massive fiery blast knocked him from his feet. A deafening roar set his head throbbing. What was that? What's going on? He lay in a daze on the ground, trying to wrap his mind around what had just happened. My God! He smelled the foul scent of burning rubber. Jesus, the Kano's story just spoiled all this, but Jesus Christ. Smelled the foul scent of burning rubber. Then came a sound of quick footsteps rushing up to him. Mr. Minorikawa? Voice got out of him as if across an impossible distance. Mr. Minorikawa! Was that Miku? He forced his eyes up and saw Miku looking anxiously down at him. Mr. Minorikawa! Miku? Those things I said earlier, I'm sorry. I went too far. What are you talking about? That's not important right now. Miku choked back at a gasp. Minorikawa realized he had blood leaking from his mouth. Oh! Jesus! His body would move and his mind was reeling. What? What happened? Tell me. Miku's voice was dry and hoarse. There was a minivan. It exploded. Exploded? A minivan exploded in a city street. That sounded like a terrorist attack. His reeling mind drifted back to the attempted bioterrorist attack on Kazumigaseki 2 years earlier. An unoccupied minivan exploded outside an MPD station, and afterward a device meant to scatter a dangerous biological agent had been discovered near the subway. With sudden clarity, Minorikawa recalled what Osawa had said earlier. Oh, snap. The power balance of the entire world might be at stake here. Could there be some sort of connection between Osawa's warning and this explosion? There was. There had to be. Minorikawa's journalistic intuition told them it must be true. Something terrible was underway here in Shibuya. Police! A man in his suit announced. He crouched beside Minorikawa and gently lifted his head and torso. Hang in there, buddy. Stay with us. The change of position allowed Minorikawa to clear his airway and he sucked in a deep breath. Jesus. But he's dead and intense pain shot through his lungs. I think I might be done for. Whatever his intuition might be telling him, it didn't look like he'd ever be able to write about it. If he couldn't get his words onto the page, at least he could do was tell someone else. With his last act, maybe he could still accomplish something. He strained to get a few words out. Osawa. Kenji Osawa. The power balance of the entire world. As his voice fell, he heard the sound of ambulance sirens approaching. Paramedics began frantically unloading stretchers. Turning his head, he saw a number of other people who had been injured in the explosion laid out onto the roadside. Amongst them were a woman and a child. Emergency workers bearing a stretcher came over to Minorikawa. Forget about me. I'm beyond helping. See to the others instead. Minorikawa shouted inwardly, but no one heard. Bad end. Jeez. Number 49, Premonition of Disaster. When Minorikawa chased Miku as far as Koendori, only to be caught in the blast when the minivan suddenly exploded. A few simple words can change his fate. Someone who shouts something at 15:30 needs to change what it is they shout. If Minorikawa hears something that grabs his attention, he may not get too close to the explosion. Shout something at 3:30. That could either be Kano or Achi.